to Nano Reef 86. Today I will be talking about how I cycle the tank and also how I choose the Rockscape for the tank. Cycling the tank has a few ways. Before starting this hobby, I've been researching in the internet on how to cycle basically a marine tank. So there's a few ways, but the way that I'm doing it is I use Dr. Tim's one and only, and also the ammonium chloride as the to feed the bacteria. Um, I started the tank. Running water is around 3rd of July, but because the bacteria that I'm using, one and only, have not reached me at that point of time, so I did not do any seeding to the tank until 5th of July. 5th of July, I start putting all the bacteria and also feeding it with the ammonium chloride from Dr. Tim's, and I did not test the water on 5th of July. The first water test that I did is on 7th of July. Yeah, 7th of July, and then and I saw that there is a ammonium spike, and that at that time the nitrate and nitrite is not that high. It's still very low. Only I can see ammonia spike. I tested the water a few times during the cycling process, because what we want to aim is basically zero ammonia reading and also zero nitrate reading. NO2 and ammonia has to be zero. Then you can start meaning then the cycle is done. um, all my test result, I'm using these apps from the uh, the Play Store. I call Aquarimate. Actually, there's a lot of apps in the market to basically to help refer documenting your test result. I choose this app because I saw in one of the video from fellow YouTubers, Eat Sleep Reef. He suggested that this app is good for him. So I try it, and turns out to be pretty easy to use. And right now I just all my expenses, my coral equipments, um, any things that I put in the tank, like a test kit and all that, I can put it in the apps so that I can always check back how much I spent on coral, how much I spent on the fishes, how much I spent on the equipments. So this is a screenshot of the apps that I'm using to record my test result. Aquarimate, you can download it from the Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. And as you can see here, all the record is stated in this data, and you can also print out the graph. I basically cycle the tank in 28 days. So this is um, the product that I use to cycle the tank. As you can see, I insert the photo. And how to use the product, and how many milliliter of ammonium chloride needed for the as a food for the bacteria. It's all written very clear on the bottle itself. So I will not tell you about how to use this product because there's plenty of YouTube video on how to use the product, and I think Dr. Tim himself has also share on the cycling process. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about is the Rockscape. When I before I start, gathering the equipments, the tank, I really have in my mind. I want to have a LPS dominated tank, basically Euphilia tank. So I love torches, hammers. This basically these two type of Euphilia. So initially, I got some dry rock from my local fish store. Um, the dry rock that we have here is not. Um, is the condition is not that good. I have to rinse the rock and then seed it. Put it in the filtered water for I think 2 days. Then I try to take out all the like shells um, from the dry rock before I put it in my tank. The initial setup, after putting on all the dry rocks in the tank, um, I don't get a lot of space for me to put the corals that I want, which is Euphilia, torches and hammer. So what I did was I contacted one of a local reefer that and I know this guy. He do Rockscape for as a side income. So I contacted him and he agrees to sell me some of his Rockscape works, which you have currently see. I have basically two big scape on the left and the right, where one side I place my torches on top, and the other scape on the left of me, my left is all my hammers and frog spawn. So far, I like the design, the scape of this tank, but I have a plans to actually rescape the whole aquarium because up to this moment I cannot add any more corals in the tank, and to me I feel that I see more rocks than coral. If I you know if I want to see more coral than rocks because the scape is good, but only thing is um, it's quite difficult on the placement because it's a lot of shaded area. If you can see the middle area here is all shaded, and between the top area and the middle area, this part is also shaded. So the coral placement is very limited. So I'm trying to get a new to rescape the whole tank. I have been working with my local fish store. One of the employees told me that he can do rockscape. So I have engaged him basically to design a new rockscape for me. So what I'm planning to do is from a highly dominated LPS tank to a mixed reef. So I want to put SPS on the top part of the tank, on the top layer of the tank, and my torches maybe move it away so that I can add more torches in future. And my hammer garden is if you look from one side, meaning from the front, actually you can see a few hammers that is being blocked by the other hammer. So I would like to actually place them in the way that from the front angle you can see all the hammers without blocking each other. And also I would like to add more Ecatophilia, this guy here, donut coral, so that but this scape has given me a very limited space in front because the rock work is quite huge. Because of that, I don't have any more space even on the ground. You can see maybe with the new Rockscape I can add maybe another one or two donut coral, or maybe Scolimia. I love that type of meaty coral that doesn't reproduce, and it will stay as one in one coral in my tank. Because this is a small tank, I'm also worried about corals that can quickly reproduce, and I have to frag them and all that. So I would like to keep corals that is do not reproduce by itself, so that I will not take any of the real estate that I wanted. So this is the snippet of the new Rockscape at my local fish store. I will have a few full recording on this in my future video. I will also share in my future video on how I do the swapping of this the current rock with the new rock. When I change the Rockscape, I believe it will be stressful for not only myself but my coral and my fishes, because the tank has been running for 4 months now. A lot of beneficial bacteria has already lived in the current rock to take it away and put in a new rock without any live bacteria in the new rock. I believe it will have a drastic swing on the parameters, but I'm hoping I can speed through this, because I will be putting some new bacteria during the swapping of a rock. And in my sum I also have medias, biomedias, and also some rocks that have already in the sum from the beginning. So I believe it will also help the process of seeding the new bacteria into the new rocks.